Great rise. Great rise, great rise, great rise. Y'all know who it is. It's your girl, Queen Goddess, the King Advocate. We are live on Melanated Monday. So y'all come in so we have this conversation. I'm gonna have to adjust this here camera. But y'all come on in. That. Great rise. My bad. YouTube. Great rise. Thank you for being here. This is Melanated Monday. You are live with your girl, Queen Goddess, the King Advocate. So we're going to give everybody time to get on in here. What's going on, DJ? Thank you, loved one, for being here on time. That's what's going on. Good. Everybody's coming in on time. I cannot with you. Let me turn this calls off so we don't get disturbed and pulled out and all that kind of jazz this evening. I see you all there, but I think you have to say something to me in order for me to recognize who it is exactly. There you go. Muhammad Shabazz, what's going on, loved one? I appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you very kindly. I'm actually kind of excited about tonight's conversation. It stems off of what we were talking about last week, but it's going to get a little bit deeper. Hopefully, it will cause you all to have a little bit of a better over understanding of what's what, how to actually go about your relationships in a healthy manner where there's really no loser, no matter what the decision is. Okay, so that's the plan. Okay, if you all have any questions, comments, or concerns that you would like to share live with me, the phone line will be open 770-906-5271, 770-906-5271 if you want to call in and share your thoughts with me live. Other than that, you can feel free to be right here. I will suggest that you all share this video, okay? If you share nothing else, you want to share this one. If you want to pull people in right now, do that. If you want to share it after the fact, do that. But I guarantee you want to share it, okay? I'm going to give people just maybe another minute before we get started, but I'm not going to waste your time, okay? We're not going to just be lingering. So just stick with me. Hopefully all of you are well, better than well, better than well, okay? Again, we are having a discussion based off of last week's discussion, which was basically the business of marriage and relationships. Is anybody having an issue? Is anybody else having an issue with my video? I got a text that it keeps stopping. If it's on my end, let me know. If anybody else is having an issue, let me know if it's here. Because if it's here, I'm gonna have to shut it down and start it over on the computer. Is everybody good? Throw up a something, a heart, a thumb. Let me know if you're good. If my video keeps stopping, let me know that it's on my end. Okay. So we're gonna get started. So again, last week we were talking about marriage and how it's a business and all that kind of thing, and how we're considered corporations and whatnot. And I want to continue to talk about it a little bit deeper. So the conversation or the topic read relationships, marriage, and business. What happens when you are no longer in love? EV Davis Jr., what's going on, loved one? I appreciate you, and not a problem at all. I appreciate you for inviting me as well. So we are going to get it started. So let's begin with this. The whole in love. Let's start with that. Y'all stick with me because I promise you it's going to give you some insight, some better insight. When people say that they are in love, G Walker, I see you. Thanks for being here, loved one. I appreciate you. To be in love for the average person is to experience a sensation that usually they feel physically. Okay, they get these butterflies, they are super happy, they have these amazing positive, the person can do no wrong type of thought. They're just extremely happy, whatever their happy is. They're in this place, okay, where they are vibrating high, frequency high, all of that about the individual that they're with. So we call that honeymoon stage because most of us experience that. You know, you're with somebody new, it's exciting. You get to find out new things about them and they you. You get to do new things that you've never done before. You're having a good time. What's going on, D Mays? Thanks for being here, loved one. Appreciate you. You get to do all these fun, amazing things, right? In the beginning, it's dope. And then some time goes on and you realize that you just don't feel the same way. Great vibrations, Brother Baldwin. Appreciate you for being here. You just don't feel the same way that you did in the beginning. So as you were developing these new relationships, you were all in love. You were in this trance, in a trance called in love with this person, right? They could do no wrong. And make note that a trance is the only thing you can fall into and out of. Keep that in mind. So you're in this trance of in love, and months go, year, whatever, and suddenly you're no longer in this trance. It's live. You're no longer in this trance, and you start to see things about the other individual that you're no longer pleased with. You don't have the same feeling. You're not experiencing the same sensation that you had prior. You're not doing the same things that you used to do. The things that caught your attention, that made you feel a certain kind of way, you're not doing that. You're not experiencing those things anymore. So you figure, well, since we're not doing these things, I'm not experiencing those same sensations. Things are just different now. I'm no longer in love with you. Oh, I'm no longer in love. I don't love you anymore. Forgive me for laughing because it's not funny, but it is. And you'll see why. So people go through relationship, they'll stay in the relationship being unhappy because they no longer have that feeling that they had in the beginning, but they'll stay in it. Maybe they have children, maybe there's a financial obligation, maybe it's cheaper to keep it, whatever the case is, maybe you sprung out on the sex, whatever. Okay, people stay in the relationship for various reasons. They just don't feel the same way. So, as we stated last week, your relationships are based on a business structure. Now, I'm specifically more so on that, talking about marriage, the merger, but in any relationship where two people have come together in an agreement to whatever their agreement is, it's a bona fide relationship. It's a marriage. It is a merger. Okay. So to take you back and remind you, it is a contract. To take you back and remind you that you and I are considered corporations. Individually, we are considered sole proprietors. We operate solely by ourselves. We are responsible for everything, all the debts, all of the income, all of the assets, all of the whatever. We are responsible for them individually as sole proprietors. Thank you, George, for being here. I appreciate you. Loved one. When we make the decision to get in a relationship with another, when we decide to pull someone else into our corporation, we have extended an invitation, we have extended an offer to another person to join your corporation. If they accept, then both sole proprietorships have changed business structure. They are no longer just sole proprietorships, they have merged together and become a partnership. Okay? You have two corporations that dissolved the sole proprietorship in order to form a partnership. Are y'all with me? Make sure you stay with me. Okay? So, in this partnership, the agreement is that both people are going to do something or not do something for the benefit of that partnership. There is a mutual understanding, a mutual goal. This is what you all are working on. Okay. Keep all that in mind. Your business is going to go through different phases. Your partners, you're both responsible for the assets and the liabilities, the income, the debt, all of that. You benefit or you don't, but you do it together, okay? Because you've merged. Keep all of that in mind. Going back to just a simple relationship, when people have now fallen out of love, the first thing they want to do is get out of the relationship. They want to join another relationship, whatever. They want to be on their own, right? I don't love you no more. I don't want to be here. I'm gonna make a left. I'm gonna do something else. That's the first thought. So I'm gonna say this to you. If indeed, I'm going back and forth, as a business, every business between the first, fifth to the seventh year, between the first and the seventh year, there are some struggles that occur. There are some difficulties that happen. There are some downfalls that happen, some setbacks financially. Your ideas change, whatever. In your business, you have to pay attention to your inventory. You got to pay attention to what's going out, what you're able to put into it, the time. A lot of factors go into your business. Okay. So it's stated that within the first to fifth, I say first to 7 years of your business, there's going to be some issues, right? You may not make a dime, but this is your business. This is what you decided to invest in your business. Now, you are a corporation. Your partner is a corporation. You must look at your relationship as the business that it is and not try to jump ship because the first 1 through 7 years or whatever is a bunch of up and down. It's some misunderstandings. It's some money being mishandled. It's some communication not being understood. Whatever it is, it's a business. Handle your relationships as you would your business. It's not time to jump ship. It's time to figure it out at this point. So if you are no longer in love within your first through seventh year, then I congratulate you. Why? Because this now happens. You are in a place where you can only focus on the facts of what's going on because you have emotionally been detached, right? Your feelings are not the forefront of the relationship. The information being provided in it is the what's in the forefront. How are you going to make this work? Or is it absolutely necessary to dissolve it? But first, you have to figure out all of the little nuances in the business. You have to make sure that when you went into this partnership, that you went in as a functioning, let me repeat this, that you went into the partnership as a functioning entity, that you are a whole entity when you decide to go into a partnership. You're not going into a partnership because you're missing something. You're going into a partnership to join forces. So you have two businesses, two corporations that can stand on their own. They're strong on their own, but when you put them together, they're power sources. When you combine them, they become a conglomerate. They become powerful. Okay. And then they can create other little corporations underneath them. We call them children. Okay. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Don't be so quick to try or want to jump out of your relationship because year 1 through 7 are not as they were prior to your year. Oh, you understand what I'm saying? Because it's not the same as it was when you were first dating, when you were first interviewing one another for the positions. Don't be angry. Don't be dismayed. Don't be led astray, bamboozled, because you don't feel the same way that you did from the beginning when you first had the idea to establish the business. It takes more than just the idea. You have to put some things into motion. You got to plan for things to happen. You have to have some escrow going on, some reserves happening. I don't mean other people, okay? I'm not talking about other people as your reserve. Let me make it clear. Okay. But you have to have some other reserves. We'll call them patience in order for your business to take off, in order for your relationships to take off, in order for them to be strong. You got to have some patience and you got to have some discipline. Talk to me. Okay. We are so quick to run our relationships based off of how we feel. When I told you feelings are based on temporary circumstances, they change with every situation. So right now, you all may be happy. You may feel elated. You may feel like you're getting something right now. You may feel empowered, whatever it is. But tomorrow, or at 10 o'clock, 10:01, or even at 9:19, you may feel completely different. Your circumstances have changed. So your feelings are being dictated by what's happening at the moment. Everything changes, which is why you cannot base your relationships, you cannot base how you handle your business upon how you feel in the moment, because every moment changes. Go to your reserve and get that patience out of there. Remember to get that discipline out of there. Thank you, Evie. Go get that. Go into the reserves and get that. Hold on to that. This is how your business grows. This is how your business becomes a solid foundation for you to create yet another business. This is how your relationships become strong and stay strong. This is how this works. Maintain the reserves. And in a partnership, that means the reserves never run out. There's a constant fill of the reserves. There's never a lack, because what I don't have, my partner has. So you can give it to me, pour it on to me. Let me get some of that. Let me put it in this other escrow account. Let me borrow some from that account and put it over here in this account. And that way, as this account builds, then I can replenish that one. That's how that happens. It's not taken away from each other. It's making sure that both parties are equally invested in the business, equally invested in the relationship. Ain't nobody getting out of this here till death do us part, the end of the contract term. You understand? We ain't playing around here. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns that you would like to share and call me, feel free to do that. The phone line is open, 770-906-5271, 770-906-5271. I'm going to read what G. Walker has written. He says, circumstances change things in time, but you have to adapt to the changes in people, realize that they have grown, changed, or evolved in the given relationship, and look at the person where they are currently and learn to appreciate where they are at that time. Then more than likely, you'll develop a different type of love and admiration for that person. Also, you'll probably realize that you need to evolve and grow in the relationship too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see who we got here. You also say, oh, G. Walker also says, I can't do the fake thing. I guess that I am an exception to the commonplace rule because I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with someone that wasn't real and authentic. Why? Let's see. Why? Because if something serious happens to either one of us, probably something to either one of us, then I don't need someone around me who was wishing that I would kick the bucket just so they can inherit my money. Hell to the no. I can dig it. It doesn't work like that over here. I can dig it. Anthony Harrington, thank you, loved one, for being here. I appreciate you. And you are saying they need to understand what it means to commit. Absolutely. So again, this is the thing, because people, when they hear the word commit sounds like submission sounds to a lot of females. It sounds like a curse word. It sounds like, oh, Lord, I got to do. It sounds like a forced obligation. So they process it with negativity, which is a problem. So if you decide that this thing is important to you, then yes, you're going to have to commit to its growth. You're going to have to be disciplined in doing what is necessary in order for it to grow, in order for it to maintain. You're going to have to apply some discipline. You're going to have to apply some truth, some fact. You're going to have to do it if you want to reap any benefit from it. You cannot start an organization or a relationship and just by simply saying, I'm going to start an organization or a relationship. You got to put some equity in that thing. You got to put some sweat in that thing. You got to get your chin in it. You understand what I'm saying? You got to do some work. Regardless what it is, you have to do some work. If you stop working, then it stops growing. And that's on both ends. We're talking about the partnership. Relationships are partnerships, are business. Handle them accordingly. Let's take this call. Shall we? We shall. What's going on, G. Walker?
How you doing?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm a little better
Good.
than I have been.
Okay.
Okay. I wanted to make a quick comment.
Okay.
I guess, like I was saying, it's an exception to the rule. I know what you're saying, and what you're saying is is absolutely correct. But and what that gentleman said about people looking at thinking, oh, did a commitment, oh, I'm afraid of this. But broken people do broken things. Get over. I'll give you an example, and I'm not gonna get too personal, but I had been with my ex this few years back, been with her for the first year. I said, well, shoot, after 6 months, I kind of, even before that, I knew. I said, oh man, this is it. But I wanted to give at least 4 seasons, summer, wing, spring, wing, and fall. I said that in my head for the first year, like you say, for the kind of the jingle bells and all that other stuff to real out, but it never did.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I said to every root, for the most part, to each his own. But the thing about it is, if you spend a little time, instead of just spending time with the person, instead of spending time on the phone, actually talk to the person and spend time with the person in person, you get to understand them on a personal level, why their personality is, what their character is, how they are, how they feel about things, yada, yada, yada. So then when you do go out and deal with the wilds of the world, like you say, they're looking at you as business, your social security number, this and that, yada, 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 profit, your business and all that stuff, because your name and everything. You know all that. But the bottom line is, what you all have together, you should be working together, not looking at one another like the world trying to protect you. Right. In other words, look at this is my asset, I got to protect this, we got to protect one another from the wilds of the world, not I got to, feel like I got to protect myself. Where you going to get to, for a man, where you going to get your peace at? Right. I got to watch the people in the world and watch my perspective. I guess I'm just, my perspective is too wide and I'm just too much of an open person. I mean, not open to wrong, but open to insightfulness and open to intelligence. Maybe that's just what it is. And I ain't gonna say old school, but I grew up around a lot of old school people, and that's just what it was. You do, if you take on, that's what responsibility is. That's what being an adult is. Right. Responsibility and matureness. If you're not mature enough, then you think about it, because it's life changing. It's supposed to be life changing. You don't have a baby and still be the same. You got a baby and still be the same if you ain't take care of your responsibilities. Right. Something like that. Indeed,
you are correct. Thank you, love. I appreciate you calling in as usual.
Okay, well, yeah. You continue to pray for me, darling.
Absolutely. You already know.
All right.
All right, love. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So if anyone else would like to call in and share your thoughts, you got any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to call in. Fraser Beats, what's going on? Loved one and beloved sister Coco, what's going on, beloved? I appreciate you both for chiming on in. Anthony Harrington says work is a key to life. Absolutely. For those of you who are just chiming in, if you do not already know what we're talking about, we are piggybacking, if you will, off of last week's conversation dealing with relationships and marriage, and business, and what happens when you are no longer in love. Okay, little John, what's going on, loved one? I see you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you much. So as I was saying, just to go back just a little bit about this whole, I'm no longer in love with the individual that I'm with. You've been together for however long, with relationships being based on a business structure, a partnership. If you are no longer in love, in that trance of in love in your relationships, I congratulate you, because it allows you to no longer function solely in your feelings. Now it's time to get down to business. Now you can see things for what they are. You can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Okay. You can see things for what they are. You are no longer clouded by your emotion. Now you will hear people say that they've been together 100 years and they're still in love. That's wonderful. Let them be. That means they're utilizing that term to be whatever they're utilizing it to be. Or they both are in the trance. They've chosen to stay in that trance, but they've also found a way to be open and honest and real and um, diligent and disciplined and patient and all of that in their relationship. For the most part, I'm talking about the way people utilize the phrase to get out of their relationships, to get out of their business. I dare any of you to go to your jobs that you've been on, that's paying your bills, whatever, and tell your boss you are no longer in love with your position, right? Just just go do that. I'm no longer in love. I'm leaving. Now you can. You can do that. In your cases, you need to have established your next business, or you should have been already thinking about how to become a corporation. The corporation involves other people in your business. Okay, so we're going to leave that alone because that just goes a little bit more deep than I want to at this moment. But if you want to understand what I'm saying in written form, get the book. Okay, I no longer have any physical books, but you can get them from Amazon. If somebody can type this in for me, I would be greatly appreciative. The name of the book is The Business of Marriage, F Your Feelings, The Truth About Every Relationship. All that's the title. The Business of Marriage, F Your Feelings, The Truth About Every Relationship. That describes for you in detail and simple language. That might be incorrect because I like to use words, but it describes for you how relationships are established as businesses and what all goes into each type of business structure. You need to see which one you are, because people tend to want to get into partnerships but refuse to dissolve the sole proprietorship, which means they want to still do what they've been doing when they was by themselves with the person that they're with, and wonder why it's not working, because it's not. You don't have the same goals. You're not sharing the same thought and idea. If you're not working together, then you're doing two separate things. That means you're still sole proprietors, but you're going to pay taxes like you were a partnership. Okay. So you need to figure that out. What is it that you really want? And are you ready to do that? Because a lot of people are not even ready to be in partnerships, but because other people are in them, or other people feel, well, y'all been together long enough, y'all need to go ahead and get married, y'all need whatever, y'all have heard it, y'all need to go ahead and do. No, you don't. What you need to do is figure out who you are as an individual first before you get into the partnership. Are you even worthy of being in a partnership? Is the other person worthy to join your corporation, your organization, your business? Are you all worthy to be together? Because it might be that you're not. That doesn't mean that you're no good. It just means that you're no good with each other. It's just not going to work. And that happens a lot. Why? Because people get into relationships, people get into businesses that they don't know nothing about. I'll say that again. People get into relationships, they get into businesses that they don't know nothing about. That's called that representative, that misrepresentative. You've gone into a relationship as somebody else. So you have misrepresented your own self to somebody that you're trying to pull into your partnership with. So now you got two liars in this partnership that know nothing about one another. Nothing. But you're bound to one another now. You have signed a contract that you all are going to work together for the same cause, but y'all don't know each other. And then when you finally realize who each other are, because now the honeymoon phase is over, now the trance, you have now fallen out of the trance of being in love. So now the real people have shown up. Now you realize, not only do I not know who you are, but I don't even like who you are. And it's not even so much I don't like who you are, but now is I now realize who I am and I don't like it. It's all of that. Think before you start to get into relationships. Make sure everything is mapped out. I hope y'all are sharing this. Make sure everything is mapped out before you get into the relationship, before you start the business. Do your research on your potential merger. Hello, do your research on your potential merger. Look them up. What somebody say? Google me, boo. You better. You better. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with investigating your potential partner, because you want to make sure that you're not going into business with somebody who is perpetrating fraud. You want to make sure that you're going into business with somebody that is real, that is honest, that has the same goal as you, that has the same ambition and drive as you, that's bringing assets with you. This is what you need to know before you merge your corporations together. If you have any calls that you like, any questions, comments, or concerns that you would like to share via a phone call, please do so. 770-906-5271. Again, 770-906-5271. I don't even know if we need to be here till 10 o'clock. How about you? I think I said what I needed to say. I said what I said. Okay. I think I've given you enough information for you all to be able to process it strictly on fact. Okay. Ain't none of this. Ain't no feelings in here. Straight information. If you came in here with your feelings, y'all know what to do. Click off, come back, click off, go drop them feelings off and come on back, because we don't do feelings around here. Okay. We don't do feelings. Straight information. But I think that I've given you enough information for you all to take it, to process it, to understand it, overstand it, and do what's necessary to make sure that your relationships are based on fact, they are based on truth, and they're based on love, which is the application of truth. Period. Don't concern yourself about that honeymoon phase. Don't concern yourself about I'm no longer in the trance of being in love with the individual, because when you finally get out of that trance, you can now see clearly what you are into. You can see the facts of the organization. You can see the information, the whole blueprint. The books are wide open. You can read it. You can see all the numbers when you're no longer blinded by your feelings. Now, some of y'all, not y'all, but people that are going to listen to it, going to come back in here and say, well, I can't have a relationship and not have no feelings for somebody. That ain't what I said. What I'm saying is you cannot allow your feelings to dictate the business of your relationship. You cannot allow your feelings to falsify the facts of what's happening. Feelings falsify facts every time. Every time. And if you think of any situation that you've ever been in when you've allowed how you felt to overrule what was actually, you'll remember that your feelings made you a fool. Your feelings got you hemmed up in something. Your feelings caused you to make a serious error. They caused you to stay in something that the facts told you to get the hell out of. You know, y'all know I ain't lying. That's why you ain't saying nothing, because you know I'm telling the truth. I'm good with that. Again, if you all want to call in, do so, but do so now. 770-906-5271. Make sure you share this video because somebody else needs to hear it. Miss DJ says the business of marriage. Yes. She wrote it out. F Your Feelings, the truth about every relationship. That is the book. You can find that on Amazon Kindle. Okay. It's a Kindle version on Amazon. I no longer have any physical copies. I only order them when I have at least 10 people that want physical copies, and I got to get those prepaid. So if you want the physical copy, I need $10, and that will include, well, if I can send it to you, you add $2. Okay. So if you want a physical copy, send me the $20 via, we can Cash App it, or you can PayPal me. I'll put the information in after we've gone off if you're interested in it. Okay. Oh, no worries, DJ. Everything happens for a reason, girl. Brother Muhammad Shabazz says, yes, I've heard that before, and I'm glad I didn't listen because she was all wrong for me. See what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do what I can. I do what I can. Anthony Harrington says, as grown people, is there any room for grooming? Can we teach, or can you teach an old dog new tricks? So here's the thing. Oh, you said never mind? Because I can respond to it, and I'm going to respond to it. Now, if you don't want it, then you just blank it out your mind. But I'm going to respond to it. You say, can you teach an old dogs don't want to learn nothing? You can teach anybody anything that wants to learn. Is most of the time people get so complacent and relaxed in the mind frame that they've always been in that they don't want to do anything different. So you can teach, but whether or not they decide to learn is a different story. So you have to be discerning on that. You have to be discerning. If they want to learn, they will learn. If they don't, you trying to teach is a waste of time. Okay. Is there anything else? I just want to make sure I didn't miss any comments. I think I got everything here. For last call. If you want to make a comment, question, or concern, and you want to call me directly, do that right now. 770-906-5271. Also, if you or someone you know is looking or in need of and ready for relationship counseling, be it they in a relationship by themselves, sole proprietor, they're in a partnership, they can be in a nonprofit for all I care. Okay, whatever it is, if they're looking for some type of counseling, you can reach out to me also on the same number, 770-906-5271. I do not necessarily answer calls I don't recognize. So please make sure you leave a message or a text, or you can go to my website, which is myomywellness.com. That's MYOMY wellness.com, MYOMY wellness.com. And you can schedule for counseling. I have virtual counseling available, but I also do face-to-face. Either way, it's okay. You can purchase your virtual via the website. It will say that I'm no longer in service or whatever, but that's only for the massage. Everything else is available. The store is open. The virtual services, the counseling services are open. Those are available. Okay, so Keep reading when you get to the website, myomywellness.com. If someone would please write that in for me, I would be most appreciative. My wellness, MYOMY wellness.com. Get your counseling on. If you're looking for someone to speak to you, to speak to a group, you have an event, whatever it is you got going on, and you need somebody to tell you the truth as a TI is, I am available for that as well. Brother Muhammad says it's like banging your head against a brick wall trying to get someone to change or be something you want them to be if they aren't ready, because commitment requires hard work, time, and effort. Absolutely. So here's the thing, brother. Change anyone, nor should you even make the attempt, because if you're trying to change someone, it means that you do not accept them as they are. So if what they are is not what you want, then you need to move on anyway and get what it is that you want and that you're ready for. Don't worry about them. Don't try to change anybody. You can only give people information. This is why I don't ever tell you all what to do. And I don't do that in my counseling. I give you the information. That's the tool for you to utilize, which will cause change in your life if you apply it. If you don't, it does nothing, but I'm giving you the information. So all you can do, don't bang your head, don't hurt yourself over something that's not going to change anyway. You understand? They're not going to change because they don't want to. You can't make them change. If you could make them change, you wouldn't want them, right? So just make sure you are who you are supposed to be, who you want to be your best you, okay? Don't worry about trying to change nobody else. Just you do you. Let them do them. It's just that simple. You have to accept you as a wonderful gift from the Most High, as a God, as one was created as. Period. That's all you're responsible for. Absolutely. You got to work on yourself first, and you got to be honest about it. Again, so if someone wants counseling from me, I am the ARC, the ARC, the Accountability Relationship Counselor. Come on with it. Okay. I am available. I just got on DJ, what's that doggone thing you told me about today? I'm on it now. It's not TikTok. I'm on TikTok, but I haven't placed anything on TikTok. But the other thing that everybody got going on, the little rooms that people can go in. If you know what I'm talking about, type it in, because I can't think of it right now. But I did just sign up for it today because it wasn't available on Droid, but it is now available. Some room. It has slipped my mind. Anyway, I'm available. Okay. So again, if you're looking for any type of counseling, any type of speaking events that you have, that you're looking for somebody to speak to the people, to give them the truth as the TI is, reach out to me. You can call the office 770-906-5271. Or again, you can go to the website, myomywellness.com. All right. I think I have addressed everyone. If you all don't have any questions or concerns or any comments, please make sure you share this on your page, share it to your friends' page, share it in a group that you're in, whatever, share it, because we need to hear it. We need this information as a whole and as individuals. Delicia, Moni QQ. What's going on, loved one? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. We need this information, okay? So make sure that you share it so that it gets out. The quicker it gets out, the more people we can help save, okay? That's all I'm trying to do, is help people's mental state, their emotional place, trying to heal that, okay? Work with me, y'all. Help a sister out. All right, so that's it. I said what I said, and I think that was enough. So you take that information, do what you will with it. Again, share it and apply it above all things. Apply it. I tell you no wrong. Apply it. If you're ready for counseling, you're ready to be held accountable, because that's the way I give it, reach out to me and let's schedule an appointment. Let's schedule your session to start the change of your life that you will initiate. You already know, Moni QQQ. You know what it is. Yes, ma'am. All right, loved ones, I'm going to get on out of here. You know what it is. Make sure you join us on Thursday night, Most High's willing, when your ladies are here on the move, unscripted, on purpose, the ladies roundtable discussion. We will be here from 8 to 10 o'clock, and you never know what we're talking about, because we never know what we're talking about until we start talking about it. Okay? So it's all good either way. So I appreciate you all for being here. Continue to grow, continue to keep yourself around people that will cause you to grow. I say, if you can't grow with me, you can't go with me. Keep that in mind. I love you on purpose, with purpose. And until I see you again, peace.